Hello, everyone. What's going on? It's Nordic here, back again with another live stream. It's a Watch with Nordic number 38 on the season. And we got a special one here today, folks. We have the Washington Capitals taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. And yet again, another episode of the Great 8 Chase. And that's what we got today. I'm adding in something new. I'm adding in a Ovechkin goal record thing right up here that you guys can see. Let me close some things here real quick. I got way too much stuff open on my computer, and I forgot to put up my forms, so gonna have to give me another second here to do that as well. Hopefully everyone's having a great night so far. I'll show off the lineup cards just because I forgot to put them on. Here's what we got for Carolina. As you can tell, got the lineups there. You know, some of the names are abbreviated, but you guys know that I know who all these players are. And then here's Washington's. Got Ryan Leonard on there, most notably, who made his NHL debut last night. He's looking to get his first NHL point still, so something pretty intriguing. Again, I didn't watch that game, obviously, between Washington and Boston because I was doing the commentary of St. Louis versus Detroit. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing that we're following in all of these Capitals games is the Ovechkin goal chase. He's obviously only a couple of goals away. He needs 3 to tie and 4 to break the overall goal record. So he's almost there, basically. And we're almost ready for puck drop here very, very soon. We'll get into the game preview. Starting goaltenders, Logan Thompson is in for Washington. Frederik Andersen is in for Carolina. And I think that are the two best goalies right now in this game. Pull up the stream real quick on my... All right, you guys can hear me okay. What's up, Rick? How we doing? I hope you guys like the intro music at the beginning. That's something new that we're implementing with these streams. So I thought that was pretty cool when I booted that up. But let's get ready here to start this one off. They're going to do the pre-intro and the anthem, obviously, and then we'll get started here right away. I will say this. I am planning on doing a lot more Washington Capitals games moving forward. Of course, you know, the goal record is coming up very, very soon for Ovechkin. He could break it tonight if he scores 4 goals in a game. That's how close he is away from the milestone. He's being followed very heavily. I think that we're going to see a lot of Capital streams from me over the next couple of days and couple of weeks. I'm not sure when they play next, to be honest with you, but I do know that next week we will be able to do a couple of them. What's up, VJesus? Welcome back. I think the next time I can stream is probably next Monday, so just want to let you guys know with that. But Ovechkin in Carolina right next to Brian Boucher, ironically enough. And I got to keep an eye on the... Oh, hey, thank you. Drop a like for your boy Nordic97. Hell yeah. What was I going to do? Keeps him in the algorithm that does. What was I going to do? Yeah, Reading Royals. Let me pull that up. Got to pull up the Royals so I can look at the stats during the game. All right, we'll get ready to get started here momentarily. Again, some headlines to follow. Heading into this game, obviously, you have Ovechkin, who's catching up on the goal record with Wayne Gretzky. That's the number one thing. Ryan Leonard is playing in his second game in the NHL last night. I didn't think he looked that terrible when I rewatched the highlights this morning. You saw he had that big hit at center ice on Jeffrey Veal from Boston. So the stat line from his first game, he was actually a +1. He played about 14 minutes of ice time. Didn't have any shots on goal or anything like that, but was still solid out there, was still pretty noticeable, to be honest. And I think that it will come in due time for Leonard. Just may take a little bit for him to start scoring. I'm waiting for the Rangers game to start since it's been under 6.5 on that one, but I want to. You're way more fun than the other streams. Thank you. Yeah, I thought about doing that because I haven't done the Rangers a lot this year, and I've streamed the Caps like 6 or 7 times. But I kind of want to follow the Ovechkin goal chase a little bit and start getting those streams out there more and more. But I mean, I'll definitely be doing Minnesota streams if they make the playoffs, and then obviously be doing Ranger streams if they do end up making it. But you might see one out of me next week. We'll see. Just looking at the schedule. Because I know I'm going to be able to do streams on Monday and Wednesday next week as of right now. Just looking at what is going on. What games are being streamed. Yeah, a couple good ones. I might actually be able to do Thursday too. I'm not sure what my schedule is. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I don't do these every night, but I like to do them at least 2 to 3 times a week. I should say 1 to 2 times. I'm not usually doing 3. But sometimes I'll do double headers. When the playoffs come, I'll be going every night except for like Tuesdays. Nothing like an NHL debut. Interesting headlines. No Barkov tonight for the Panthers in Toronto. So I guess he did suffer an injury last night against Montreal. So it looks like he's going to be out. Not great. Not good news there if you're Carolina. We'll get ready to get started here in a second. Again, I do also want to say that I am going to be a little bit delayed than everybody else because I am watching on TNT, and TNT likes to be a little bit delayed. I'm not watching on a legal set or anything, but, you know, sometimes that's how it is. But we're ready to go here in Carolina. The Ovechkin goal chase, 4 goals away from that huge record-breaking milestone. And we are almost underway here from Carolina. Capitals versus Canes. Let's get it going. Face-off won by the Capitals. Sandin will pick up the puck and clear it into the Washington zone. Carolina zone. Already making mistakes. Battling on the right side. Carolina will chip it out, and they'll move it down the other way. Taylor Hall down the right side. Loses an edge. Tries to poke check the puck ahead. Steals it back down low behind the net. Gets it up to the point. Orlov throws it past to Chatfield. Chatfield shoots that one wide. Hall gets it back, passes it back up to the point, and dumped back down low again by Carolina. Already controlling here through these first couple of minutes in this first period. Capitals will dump it all the way down the other way. Chatfield will regroup with the puck in their own end as both teams will get their first line changes. Jackson Blake starting off on the first line for Carolina here tonight has been a pretty underrated rookie, I would say. Down low with the puck is Logan Stankoven, newly acquired player in the trade deadline in the Mikko Rantanen deal. For a second, I almost said Nito Niederreiter because I'm pretty sure he wore 22 in Carolina as well. Martinook throws that puck around. A shot from the point is blocked in front and picked up by Washington. Wilson will chip it into the zone. And Carolina picks it up in the corner. Kakanyemi will clear it out of the zone. It'll slide all the way down the other way. And that will be an icing against Carolina. I just want to do a little preview of the games that are going on tonight. Obviously, you have this one that is happening. But you also have Wild versus Rangers happening and corresponding with this game. So I'll have updates with that one midway through as well. Panthers versus Leafs starts at 7:30, and then Avalanche versus Blackhawks at 9:30, and then Kraken versus Canucks at 10:30. But we'll be long done with this stream by the time that game starts. Puck is at center ice. Canes dump it back into the Washington zone. Taking it down low then is McIlrath, who recently signed a 2-year extension with Washington. Wilson chips it through the zone, moves it up to center ice. A pass up then for Protas is broken up by the Hurricanes. They'll try and play it the other way. Puck still scrambling in neutral zone. Aho dumps that puck down low. Picking it up then is Jarvis. Jarvis to the point. Chatfield, a shot, slides in on Thompson. He'll kick it the other way. Back into the corner. Carolina has control. Aho down low. Back for Chatfield. He'll shoot that one around the net. Giving it back to Orlov. And back clear down the other way by Connor McMichael. Puck will slide into the Carolina zone. Another icing. 17:34 left here in the first period. Showing off Rod Brindamore, who is been Carolina's coach for a pretty long time. And they're also showing off Spencer Carberry as well, who came in this past year. Or actually, no, he's been the coach for like 2 seasons, but has really kind of taken this team to a whole nother level, especially this season. Just want to also say Carolina can clinch a playoff berth tonight if they get 1 point. So if they get this game to overtime, there's a pretty decent chance that, or if they get this game to overtime, then they are clinching a spot. Here's Jankowski into the zone, passes it over. It's chipped as it goes back down low. He'll pick it up again in front to Hall, and he can't get the shot off. Here's Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to the point. Shoots it. Save in front. Rebound. Another save by Thompson. And the Capitals will pick it up and move it the other way. Into the zone. Bavillier tries chipping it in. Newly acquired Capital. Taken back the other way. Kane's into the zone. A fire and a save by Thompson on Eric Robertson. Or Robinson. A fire. So some good pressure so far by Carolina. Shots are 3-0 in favor of them. I mean, this is somebody in Thompson who can stop a lot of high-danger chances, but this is also a team by Washington that can clean up in front. So you got to make sure when Thompson gives up rebounds, you're right there to get them. Otherwise, you may not get opportunities like that. At least 5v5. Another faceoff coming in the Washington zone. It's won by Carolina. Up to the point. Slavin a shot, and it's blocked in front, and we get a whistle as Carlson took a puck to the head. Ooh, that didn't look great. They blew the whistle immediately. The Canes players were telling him to stop. He goes straight to the bench. And I think he took a puck to the face from Slavin at the point. Let me watch this play again. Ooh, hit him right in the ear area. Area of his right ear. That is not going to feel good. That's going to hurt. So hope for the best there for Carlson, but you know how Carlson is. He always lands back on his feet and recovers. He'll be right back in it, I'm sure. Faceoff coming again in the Washington zone. Not a bad start. Won by the Capitals. They'll chip it down the other way. McMichael with some speed into the zone. He's got some room. Tries throwing a pass over, but it's blocked by Gostisbehere. And that puck's at center ice. Stolen back by Washington. Taken into the zone by Dowd. Back to McMichael. And stolen by the Canes. They'll play it the other way. Dumped into the zone then by Taylor Hall. He'll move the puck then. Try sliding it up to the point. McMichael intercepts. Canes will keep it in. Down low in the corner, McIlrath. Picking it up, trying to get it out of the zone. Dowd will backhand that one out, but Canes get it right back. They'll regroup in their own end. Gostisbehere clears that into the Washington zone. 16 minutes left here in the first period. Ovechkin out there on the ice. Puck at the point. Shot. And it's blocked in front. Slavin a rebound. It's tipped. But Stankoven misses. Kotkaniemi throws it around behind the net. Taken back by Washington. They're trying to clear out of the zone. Chipped all the way up in the air. Stankoven forced to take the puck out. And he'll just dump that one right back in. Thompson then plays it down low. It's intercepted. Carolina has some control. They lose the puck and picked up back again by Washington. Wilson into the zone. Drops it back. Dubois skating it down low. Will circle around and be tied up down low by Jarvis. Ovechkin tries picking it up. Batted down low by Wilson. Back to Dubois behind the net. Dubois throws it in front. Ovechkin! And it shoots high in the air and wide. Wilson throws a pass up to the point. McIlrath loses control of the puck. He still keeps it in, however. And Jackson Blake will steal that puck. Blake moving it down the other way. Drops it back for Jarvis. Aho now battling down low in the corner. Tries throwing it in front, but it's intercepted. McIlrath drops a pass up then for Dylan Strome. Strome will take it into the zone. Throws a pass back then. And Fehervari trying to move the puck, but Carolina intercepts it again. Blake, center ice. Drops a pass for Aho, intercepted by Washington. Backhanded into the zone, racing forward is Leonard. Again in his second NHL game tonight. Anderson throws it around. Chatfield gets it to center ice. Blake to Aho. Aho loses it, and Washington will throw it the other way. Leonard racing forward. He's got room. Passes it over. And saved by Anderson. What a chance there. Oh, my goodness. And Ryan Leonard almost got his first NHL point. Carlson moving it into the zone. Back then for Leonard, who tries dropping it back to Protas. He loses an edge. Gostisbehere will take that one down low. And Thompson will pick it up behind the net and play it around. Ryan Leonard with the first real chance for Washington tonight. Intercepted by the Canes. In the zone shot. They score! I think that was Sean Walker at the point. And the Hurricanes have a 1-0 lead. Intercepted in front. Puck was played out. Walker took that one at the point. Took advantage. And banged that one in. Sean Walker with the goal. It's 1-0 Hurricanes. That is Walker's, pull up the stats here real quick. I forgot to pull them up. That is Walker's 5th goal of the year. Nice shot from the point. Roofs that one past Thompson. And the Hurricanes' 3rd pairing gets this one done here. And we're back at center ice. Face off, won by the Capitals. Into the zone. Van Riemsdyk dumps it in. It's played around down low then. Mangiapane trying to pick it up. It's tipped through by Gostisbehere. Back for Beauvillier. Beauvillier down low to Eller. Eller in the zone. Throws it to Mangiapane. It's tipped. And taken back then by Jankowski. Jankowski will chip it into the zone. Jost racing forward as the Hurricanes' 4th line's out there. Trevor Van Riemsdyk feeds it up and over. Dubois trying to take it into the zone, but it's stolen back by the Canes. Gostisbehere throws a pass up into the zone. Canes have control. It's Roslovic looking for options. Backhands it down low. It's stolen back again by the Capitals and cleared out by Fehervari. It's picked up by Mangiapane, but it's an offside with 12:57 to go. Sean Walker with the first goal of this one. And it is 1-0 Carolina. Walker obviously was signed in the offseason. So I think like a 4-year deal, 5-year deal, 6-year deal. I'm not sure. I did want to highlight, because I saw him making some plays out there. I wanted to give some credit to Jackson Blake, who I think's had a pretty good year this year. I think he kind of does get a little bit forgotten a little bit on Carolina. So far this year has 28 points. 12 goals. I mean, like, those aren't, like, incredible stats, but, you know, for a team that's young, him getting, like, first-line minutes is huge. I cannot show the game due to the copyright issues, Thomas. I wish I could, but I cannot. And by the way, there's no paper that I have to write today. It's not like last night where I was writing a paper while I was streaming. Shots are 4-1 in favor of Carolina. Out of town scoreboard. Wild are tied with the Rangers 0-0. And then the other games are still yet to start here tonight. Again, slow night for the NHL. When it's a Wednesday, there's usually like 3 to 5 games. This is more games than usual. On a Wednesday. There's usually like maybe 2 or 3, but there's 5 tonight. It's kind of interesting. But watch, we'll have like 10 tomorrow, and then on Friday we'll have like 2, because that's just how the schedule works. It's a lie. They actually have 5 on. Or never mind, I'm on the wrong week. They actually have 3. I mean, I wasn't that far off. Oh, and the Caps play. Cool. That would be something. They play the Blackhawks. That would be something if Ovechkin gets a goal here tonight and then scores a hat trick on Friday. That'd be kind of ironic, actually. .12:56 left here in the first period. Face-off coming in the Washington zone. It's won by the Canes. Gostisbehere at the point will throw it down low. It's stolen back by Sandin. Pass through the center of the zone. Van Riemsdyk will dump it in. Dowd now racing for it. Slides around the right side. Canes get right to it first. Taylor Hall moving it the other way. Through the right side, he's got Roslovic. He'll drop it back. Pass back over. Another shot saved by Thompson from a chance by Orlov. And we get a whistle here as Thompson takes his mask off, or his mask fell off. I shouldn't say that. He took it off. Maybe he did. I don't know. Look at the score of the Royals game. Still 0-0. I appreciate everyone who's tuning into this one so far. If you are new, please do consider subscribing. We do these streams once to 3 times a week of all 32 teams. So if you have a favorite team, I've probably streamed them this year, unless if you're a Flames or Predators fan. Those are the only 2 teams I haven't streamed yet this year. But I do want to try and get them in. If Calgary makes the playoff, which it looks more and more unlikely, I will get them in. But, you know. Face-off coming again in the Washington zone. Carolina has led control of shots. It's 6-1. Ovechkin sends Wilson alone into the zone. He's got Burns on the right side with him. He just dumps it down low. Dubois now battling for it. Trying to play the puck around. It slides to Wilson. Wilson hits Burns from behind. Puck falls on top. Puck falls under him. It slides out to the front, but stolen back by Stankoven. And the Hurricanes will clear the other way. Kotkaniemi in the zone for Marnook. Marnook now will take it behind the net. Stankoven tries throwing it in front, but doesn't get enough oomph on the play. Wilson down the right side just dumps it in. Anderson will go around to play it, and that puck will go into the netting as a result. 11:44 left in the first period. Thought I would do the Watch With Nordic stats. Obviously, we've streamed both of these teams this year. The Capitals, we have streamed them 5 times with this game. They are 2-1-1. The Hurricanes are 2-1 when we stream them this year. So, just something cool we can keep track of. This is the first time we've streamed the Hurricanes since, I think, January, to be honest. It's been a little bit. And the Caps we obviously streamed last week. I think we streamed them last week. Aho with the puck through the zone. Back over to Blake. Tries dropping it over. It's intercepted by Washington. They'll move it into the zone. Stolen back by Carolina. Orlov. Intercepted. And they can't keep it in the zone. Carolina moves it the other way. Jackson Blake into the zone. A pass over, and it's blocked by Leonard. 2 rookies here. Puck is cleared to neutral zone. Chatfield tries chipping it back into the Washington zone. McIlrath will pick it up. Back for Fehervari, over to Strome. Leonard will just dump it in. Halfway through the first period, Carolina with the only goal. Picked up by Robinson and cleared all the way down the other way. Washington back with it. Mangiapane tries dropping it back. Carolina gets it again, and they'll dump it back down low. Stolen back by Robinson, battling in the corner. Eller steals him to it. Chychrun trying to play that puck. But Carolina keeps it in. Weird bounce off the boards there, and it gets a whistle, and I think we might have a penalty. And yeah, it's going to be against Washington. Lars Eller going to the box for interference. And the Hurricanes will get a power play here, the first one of the game. So Eller gets a minor for interference. Face-off coming here now in the Washington end. Won by the Hurricanes. Up at the point, a shot saved by Thompson in front. Blake trying to play it. Caps steal it, and they'll clear. Hurricanes power play ranked 25th this year, which is a little bit surprising, to be honest. I figured they'd be a little bit better than that, but guess not. Down the right side, Aho to Hall. Back up at the point for Gostisbehere. He shoots it, and blocked in front. Picked up by Blake at the point. Gives it over to Gostisbehere again. He throws it down low, and we get a whistle because the net has been moved. Yeah, Carolina took that net off. Taylor Hall tripped over Thompson, tried getting past him behind him, and he got squished, which moved the net. A minute 31 left here on the Carolina power play. Shots are now 7-2. They updated them. Puck will come outside of the zone. Again, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in here tonight for this OV Gold Chase special. Face off, Hall wins it. Back up to Gostisbehere. Carolina gains the zone. Blake drops it back. Pass over to Aho, over to Gostisbehere. He shoots it, and blocked in front. Blake a rebound, he scores! Jackson Blake! A power play goal! And Carolina's up 2-0. What a rebound there from Jackson Blake, who picks it up from Thompson on the power play, and the Hurricanes have a 2-0 lead here, just a little bit over halfway through the first period. So good on them gaining the zone. Blake comes in, feeds it up to Gostisbehere, takes the initial shot. He circles back around behind the net and shoots that one and puts that puck through. It's a power play goal. Again, we were talking about Blake earlier, saying he's been a pretty underrated player on this Carolina team, being on that power play, being that addition. If you guys remember back in November when we streamed Washington versus the Rangers, I can't blame you if you don't, it was so long ago. He actually scored the game-winning power play goal in that game as well. So this is a guy who can score in extra in the man advantage. So it's an advantage there that Carolina has with him. Slavin clears it down the other way. Stankoven racing for it, but it's an icing against the Hurricanes. That's Blake's 13th goal of the year from Gostisbehere and Aho. Face-off won by the Capitals. They'll shoot that one wide. Slavin with the puck now. Drops it up for Burns, who moves it down the other way to Stankoven. Tries passing it in front to Kotkaniemi, but it's blocked there by the Caps. Marnook, stolen back. Washington will move it now the other way. McMichael will clear it in. Dubois will race for it down low with Slavin. He still has control. 9 minutes left here in the second. Shots are 8-2. And the Canes will just clear it all the way down the other way. And another icing. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in here so far. Face-off coming again here in the Carolina end. It's won by the Caps. Shot from Leonard is blocked. Hurricanes pick it up. They get it out of the zone and clear it the other way. Thompson will go back behind the net to play it. Seems like when Washington finally gets control, Carolina just steals it right back. Puck is cleared down the other way. Anderson gets there first. Will shoot that one all the way back out of the zone. Played down low by Washington. Dumped into the zone by Leonard. Around then, Chatfield throws a pass up. It's deflected, and the Canes got it. Into the zone. Blake holds it back. A pass over, down low in front, and nobody's there. Yeah, good thing you didn't bet on this one, especially for the Caps. Orlov shoots it. Saved by Thompson. Puck's in the crease. Blake trying to get it. Orlov trying. And the Caps get it and cleared down the other way. You got Caps money line? I mean, there's a lot of time left. It's not like the game's like in the third period. Caps can come back. Here they come the other way. Duhaime a shot. It goes wide. Chatfield trying to get to it. Caps will keep it in. Duhaime over to Carlson. Shoots it. Saved by Anderson. Pretty easy save at that. And Blake dumps it down the other way. And it goes out of play. 7:40 left here in the first period. Shots are 9-2. In terms of wild card implications, there's really nothing tonight. I mean, I guess later on in the night in the Western Conference, but nothing that like Washington. I mean, New York is playing Minnesota. Actually, that's a lie. So if you're the Caps, if the Rangers do win tonight, they have the tiebreaker over Montreal, so they will be in a playoff spot if they do win. I think that's. I mean, if you're the Caps, I think you look at the teams that you would play. You would play Montreal, Columbus, the Rangers, or I guess the Red Wings. If I'm them, I'd probably want to play either Montreal or Columbus the most. I'm not saying they will lose to the Rangers, but after last year with obviously playoff Igor Shesterkin, I would rather play one of the other teams. And I think that's pretty obvious. I'm not saying that they would lose to New York, but it would definitely be a lot harder because a team like that, all it takes is for a team to get hot. If the Rangers keep on winning, I don't know. Still 0-0 in the Royals game. So Gary Bettman is in the building tonight. Face-off coming here again now in the Carolina end. Washington looking to get some oomph going. They only have 2 shots here so far. Dubois with the puck, throws it up to the point. Shot tipped in front, and it goes wide. Down low, Dubois throwing it around. They got Ovechkin highlighted. It's kind of funny. Dubois with it on the right side. Sandin throws it around, back over up to Ovechkin. He shoots it, and it's blocked the other way, and the Canes will take it through and dump it down the other way. In the zone, Stankoven, it's blocked as it goes all the way out of the zone. Slavin will take it back in down the right side. 7 minutes left here in the first period. Sandin will clear that one out of play, and we might see... Are we going to see a delay game? No. Canes were looking at it, but... Oh, never mind. We are going to get it. Never mind. That is a delay of game. My apologies. This is what happens when you have the broadcast on mute. So Carolina will get another power play. Their second of tonight. Obviously, they scored on their earlier one with Jackson Blake. All right, Carolina power play coming up. So Sandin goes to the box for delay of game. Duhaime now versus Aho. And it's won by the Canes. Blake throws it up to the point to Gostisbehere, who passes it back over. Hall, down low for Aho. To the point to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Jarvis! He scores! Seth Jarvis on the 1-T from Ghost. And it's 3-0 Carolina. It's going to be one of those games, isn't it? Seth Jarvis with the power play 1-T. And Carolina goes up 3-0 here. It might be me, to be honest with you. Caps have lost 2 games in a row when I've streamed them. Again, that's just a nerd thing for me, but Seth Jarvis with a great one-timer throws that one through Thompson, and we got a 3-0 game here. This one might already be over, to be honest with you. Canes try to take the puck. Capitals intercept it. Strome moving it through the zone. It's dumped in by Protas. All it takes is one goal for momentum to change if you're Washington. But I think Carolina's done really good. They are keeping Washington out of the zone. They're being well-sounded defensively, making good decisions. It's been a well-played game so far by them. Roslovic to Chatfield, moving it into the zone. Drops a pass over. Hall loses it in his feet. Protas will throw it over. It's blocked by a Kane and slid back into the Washington end. Here's Leonard. Leonard down the right side. He's got some room. Circles back around. Loses it. Has to backhand it down low. And Gostisbehere's right there. He'll backhand that one out. Fehevari through center ice. Will dump that one into the zone. It's wide of Anderson. Puck slides out. Kept in by Washington. Van Riemsdyk throws that puck around. That's Jarvis's 30th goal of the year. And Gostisbehere and Aho yet again have 2 more assists. Here come the Caps into the zone. It's Beauvillier, and we got a whistle for offside, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, offside. And we'll go to commercial as the Hurricanes have a 3-0 lead on the Washington Capitals here tonight. Little out-of-town scoreboard. Again, there's obviously this game going on. The Wild are up 1-0 on the Rangers. So that's kind of good news there if you're a Caps fan, I guess. And then the Panthers and Maple Leafs just started. Again, I do want to go over the clinching scenarios tonight. So there are 2 teams that can clinch a playoff spot tonight. Carolina is one of them. If they get at least 1 point tonight, they will clinch. And Toronto can clinch tonight if they get at least 1 point versus Florida. So you have 2 teams that in the Eastern Conference that can lock up their spots in the playoffs. Carolina, it's looking like it's going to happen. Toronto, we'll see. Again, I do want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. The last couple of streams have done pretty good, so I really appreciate that, guys. Still in the commercial break, by the way. Oop, Rangers just tied it. And the Royals are up 1-0. Nice. Jake Smith from Brown. Cool. Love to hear that. All right. I hate when it does that. It does that every time it comes back from commercial. Looks like Carolina's getting a penalty here. It's against Shane Gostisbehere, who sits in the box. I thought they were going to call that for tripping, but I couldn't really tell. So Washington will get their first power play here tonight. They got Ovechkin out there, obviously, with 10 power play goals this year. He'll look to get another one. But according to me, it's the goal record isn't impressive. If you guys know, you know. Wilson now throws it around behind the net. It's an April Fool's joke. Strome to the point to Carlson. Carlson gives it over then for Strome at the point. Back down low for Dubois to the point to Carlson. Stolen back by Carolina and cleared all the way down the other way. Carlson will drop it back for Eller. Eller will take it through, or Dubois will take it through center ice. Not Eller. What am I saying? It's the 0 that kind of throws you off. Strome battling for it down low. Tries throwing it around. It's stolen back by the Canes. They'll move shorthanded. 2-on-1. Aho with Jarvis. Jarvis, he's in! Saved by Thompson. And cleared down the other way by Washington. They'll take it into the zone. Strome to Dubois. They'll set up. Strome back with it in front, and nobody's there to pick that puck up. Wilson will eventually get it back for Washington. It's passed over to Carlson. Carlson throws it down low. Strome in front, and Dubois can't get the shot off. Wilson throws that one around. Strome now will try and get that one up to the point, but Carolina beats him and clears it the other way. 4 minutes left here in the first period. 35 seconds left on the Washington power play. They need to get a shot here, or at least get something going. Moving down the other way into the zone. And Washington goes offside. Is there a stat that you can look at that, like, who has the most offsides in the league? I was thinking about that last night. Because there was quite a few offsides in Detroit versus St. Louis. Face-off won by the Caps. They'll break it down the other way. Chychrun through the right side, intercepted by the Canes. They'll clear it all the way down the other way. And down low again is Sandin. Gives it back. And McMichael will move it through the zone and dump it in. Ovechkin picks it up. A pass over to Sandin. It's not good enough, but the Caps do keep that one in. McMichael in the corner battling with Burns. That'll do it for the power play. Good kill by Carolina. Washington had no shots on that power play. Chychrun. Pass up then for Leonard. It's intercepted. Carolina gets it back. Hall into the zone. Moves it. Shoots it. And fans on it wide. Protas. Back up then for Van Riemsdyk, who dumps it into the zone. And that'll be an icing against Washington. Showing off Ovechkin again. Showing off his notable milestones. First career goal, October 12th, 2005. 400th career goal, December 20th in 2013. All of them happening in Carolina. He was also drafted in Carolina as well. If you remember, the draft was in Carolina in 2004. Face-off now in the Washington zone. Won by the Canes. Gostisbehere up at the point. Will shoot it, and it'll go behind the net. Dowd with the puck to Chychrun. 2.5 minutes left to play in the first. Van Riemsdyk throws it cross ice. Dubois to Dowd. A shot! And he shoots it high in the air. Leonard down low. Gets knocked down, and they're going to call that against Carolina. Ryan Leonard goes down, and they're calling it against Taylor Hall for tripping. And Washington will get a power play. Could kind of tell that one was going to get played. Leonard tried to keep himself up, but obviously he wasn't able to. Yeah, that is a trip. Not going to argue that. And Ovechkin's coming right back out yet again. Shots are still 10-3. Played down low. Slavin will try and clear it. It's kept in, though, by Washington. Down low. Strome trying to get to it. Taken back then. Through the zone. Taylor Hall. 1-0. Jankowski. And a save by Thompson. I thought it was Taylor Hall for a second, but it was actually Mark Jankowski. Ovechkin will take that puck and dump it right back into the zone. Strome. Up at the point to Carlson. Carlson will throw that down low. Dubois back to Strome again. To Dubois in front to Wilson. He shoots it wide. It was open right in front too. Carlson back to Strome. Strome will chip it through. Gives it back to Wilson. Wilson over in front. And Carolina intercepts and clears the other way. Not a good period so far by Washington. A minute 18 left. If you're them, just kind of try and get a last-ditch goal here and make it 3-1 heading into the intermission. McMichael will drop it back. Chikrin takes it into the zone. He's got room. Shoots it. And a glove save by Anderson. His 5th shot he's faced tonight. And we're now in the final minute of play in the first. But some good plays by Carolina to get some good shorthanded chances. Jankowski almost finished one on Logan Thompson. Logan Thompson showing him off, ranked 4th in goals against average. 55 seconds left in the first. Again, I do want to say, once again, thank you everybody for joining us here tonight in this Wednesday night hockey live stream. Face-off won by the Caps, 39 seconds left. Sandin looking for options, shoots it, it's tipped in front. Chatfield will take it back over to Aho, who will clear it back the other way. Thompson behind the net. Back over to Sandin. And we get a whistle for something. And the Caps just took a penalty. McMichael is not happy. He's mouthing off to somebody, and we'll get some 4-on-4. And a Carolina power play to end off this period. It's on McMichael for cross-checking Jarvis after the play, and yeah, he's going to get called for that one 9 times out of 10. So 4-on-4 for 21 seconds, and then we'll get Carolina power play for a little bit. But the ice frees up a little bit for 4-on-4. Can't complain about that. I like it better when it's 4-on-4, to be honest with you. Definitely makes the ice more open. Face off in the Washington zone. They're going to throw Aho out and put Jarvis in. Face off won by Carolina. Aho up to the point to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Aho. Tips it through. Intercepted by Washington, but Carolina gains it right back. They're not taking any risks. That's one thing I've noticed about Carolina. They're playing well-sound defense, and they're not really giving Washington much of anything. It's kind of like last night with St. Louis against Detroit. Dowd into the zone, 15 seconds, 3-on-2. Carlson, and they go offside. Oh, good Lord. This has not been a good period by Washington. They have barely been able to create scoring chances. They've had 2 power plays. One of them was cut short. The other they had no shots on. And they find themselves down 3-0 here in the first period. To be fair, I will say this. Carolina obviously is playing for a lot more than Washington may be. Because if Carolina gets a point tonight, they can clinch. But still, you want to see better play than this. Outside the Carolina zone with 13 seconds left. It's won back by the Hurricanes. Gostisbehere down low will take the puck the other way. Pass up through the zone for Taylor Hall. Hall behind the net, and that will do it for the first period. And a dominant one by the Carolina Hurricanes. Shots were 12-5. Goals from Sean Walker, Jackson Blake, and Seth Jarvis. 2 of them being power play goals, as the Hurricanes have a 1-0 lead heading into the first intermission. That being said, it is first intermission. Go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. We'll do some intermission talk and that, but we'll be back for the second period in about 15-20 minutes. Out-of-town scoreboards. Guess we'll go through that now. Wild are up 2-1 on the Rangers, and the Panthers and Maple Leafs are tied. Both of those games in the first period. Had to grab the good old bottle tonight because I'm out of bottled water. Again, I do want to say once again, I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in to this one here tonight. If you are new, I would appreciate if you would subscribe, but at least listen to the commentary first and see if you like it. We do also make daily videos here on the channel. Couldn't get one out today, but I will be putting one out soon. And this one's been good so far. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I should update this while I'm at it. Update the journal. I do have a video for St. Louis that's going to come out tomorrow, most likely. I wanted to get it out today, but I was taking a nap and I kind of fell asleep, so that's on me. That is indeed my fault. It's our 38th Watch with Nordic stream as well. Our 38th Watch with Nordic this year. Okay. Update this too while I'm at it. Lost like 7K in the past 2 days. Yikes. And I'm shit. And did you bet on the Caps? That's rough, man. That's terrible. Capitals dog water when I bet on them. I believe that. Whenever I bet on the Caps, they always lose too. Oh, we need to get 4. Yes. Imagine that's how he does it. That'd be wild. Like if he gets 3 goals. If he gets 4 tonight and then breaks the record in overtime, oh my god. I need that script. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna update these actually. If I get one more text from these colleges, I'm gonna lose my mind. Panthers beating the Leafs and Panthers still tied. Rangers down 2-1 at the end of the first. Goals from Gustav Nyquist, Brock Faber, and then Schneider picked up one for the Rangers. That's big if you're the Wild, considering the fact that the Blues have moved ahead of you in terms of points. All right, we'll get started with the second here in about 10 minutes, I'd say. Again, I do appreciate everyone who's sticking around the entire time. Okay, let me check the shots. Again, like I've mentioned it a couple of times during the broadcast, like I think that like just just Carolina is just dominating. In terms of basically every category, like they're doing a good job at keeping Washington out of their zone, and if they're in the zone, they're not in there for very long. Just for Washington, keep controlling the puck, try and set up more in the zone. Um, I mean, again, I just feel like Carolina is doing a good job at holding them off defensively. How is Florida the favorite to win the Eastern Conference in the playoffs? You mean, or like regular season? Because Washington is like, not only is Washington like 10 points ahead of Florida, Florida's not even like the second team behind the Caps. It's Carolina. What? What? Just so strange. All right, second period coming up after this commercial. We'll get started here soon. Hurricanes looking for their third straight win. They've been unreal since the deadline. They're like, I think they only have like 2 or 3 losses since March 9th. Pretty wild how good they've been. Ooh, Gabe Peralt made his NHL debut. All right, should be ready to start here in about a minute and 10 seconds. Get ready to get going here soon. All right, let's get the graphic change. Let's get ready to go. Again, recap of the first period. Goals came from Jarvis, Walker, and Blake. Two of them coming on the power play.
Pack it, yo. Pack it.
All right. Okay, let's get it going. Showing off Ovechkin highlights. We're going to be seeing those for a long time. Okay, here we go from Raleigh, North Carolina. Doing the ads. And let's get ready here for the start of the second period. Let's see if Washington can get things back. All they need is one goal, and they can maybe change momentum the other way. But first off, the Hurricanes will get a little bit of a power play, and they pulled Logan Thompson. Wow, they pulled Thompson. He allowed 3 goals on 12 shots. They're going to put Charlie Lindgren in net for Washington. Wow, we haven't seen that in a while in a stream where a goalie got pulled. Little surprising. I didn't think it was fully his fault on those goals. I mean, they were kind of shots from the point, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. They decide to pull him. I thought he made some decent saves, but okay. All right. Face-off, won by the Capitals. It'll get played back behind and in their own zone. They'll just decide to dump it all the way down the right. Shot on Anderson from their own zone. Picked up again by Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere now, moving it down the other way. Drops it back then. Jarvis to Blake. Blake will try and fire it, but it's played back down low behind the Washington net. Blake gets it up to the point. Gostisbehere looking for control over to Aho. Aho to Gostisbehere. To Aho. He holds it. Back then for Blake, who circles back around with 40 seconds left. Blake to Aho. Back to Blake. To the point to Gostisbehere. To the point. To Blake. Over. And they don't get the shot off. Gostisbehere drive. And it goes out of play. 27 seconds left on the Hurricanes power play. Shots are 12-6 in favor of the Hurricanes. .1903 left here in the second period. About a minute has passed. And they'll blow that face-off off. Showing off Rod Brindamore yet again. Hurricanes power play has been a little bit kind of not so great this year, but they have 2 tonight. Let's see if they can get a third one in these last couple of seconds. Roslovic with the puck. Up to the point to Burns. Back to Roslovic. A save by Lindgren. Puck still in the crease. Stankoven tried forcing a pass over to Svetch, but he couldn't get it over. Burns throws it down low in the corner. Stankoven. Back to Svetch. Over to Burns. Svechnikov gets it back up to the point. Burns waiting. Throws it over to the point. Back in front. Stankoven shoots it just wide. And that'll do it for the power play. Here come the Caps the other way. Out of the box. Eller into the zone. Tries dumping it down low. Burns will steal it back. And cleared back to neutral zone. Kane's got it. Moving down the other way. Stolen back by the Caps. Here they come. McMichael with Ovechkin. Ovechkin! He's in! Saved by Anderson! And Ovi almost got his 892nd career goal, but Frederik Andersen said no. And good chance there for Ovi. Ends up falling down afterwards, but and another faceoff coming now. 18-13. Won by the Caps. A shot, and it goes wide. Picked up again by the Hurricanes. Jankowski will try clearing it. Kept in, though, by Washington. Ovechkin through the zone. Stolen back. And taken back down the other way. 3-on-3. Jankowski down the right side. Battling in the corner. Caps will steal it right back. It's Dubois. And thrown up back again. Down the other way. Drop pass over for Protas, but loses it down low. Burns trying to get it. Caps keep it in the zone. A shot! And blocked in front and picked up again by the Hurricanes. Chip through the other way. Robinson racing for it, but he'll end up backing off and regrouping. Protas gets it back into the zone. Anderson will throw it around behind the net. Carolina still got it. Aho into the zone. Back over them for Slavin. Slavin still down low on the right side. Chychrun trying to get to it there as well. It's still loose in the corner. Finally, it breaks free. Strome puts it through Burns' legs. It's broken up. Protas will get it back, who will throw it down low. Anderson will go to the net to play it around. Orlov. Slavin. Up through the zone. Chatfield joins the rush. Chatfield around the right side, trying to control the puck. Taken back by Washington. Strome up to McMichael. McMichael as it breaks free. Carolina gets cover of it yet again. Back over to Strome, who will regroup again. Carolina holding Washington out of the zone. Orlov now down low. Back for Hall. Taylor Hall over through the zone. Chatfield trying to get to it. Carolina dumps it down the other way, and Washington will have to regroup. 16 minutes left here in the second. 4 minutes have passed. Eller into the zone. Eller circles back around, throws it down low. It's dropped back, and Roslovic will take it the other way. Capitals intercept it right away, and Beauvillier will pick it up, and stolen back again by the Canes. Svechnikov racing back the other way. He's got Fehervari with him. He'll circle back the puck. Passes it over. A shot from Walker, and that goes wide. Svechnikov trying to play the puck through the zone. Caps get control. Beauvillier tips it off the boards. It's picked up by Sandin to Fehervari, who joins the rush. Fehervari into the zone. Shoots it. And it goes wide. Mangiapane now down low. Hall trying to play it. Slides behind the Hurricanes net. Gostisbehere will pick it up and try and clear it, but it's kept in. Wilson trying to play it through. Carolina gets it out. Washington seems to be a lot better at trying to get into the zone. They seem like they're more awake, I guess you can say. Like, it seems like they've kind of woken up a little bit here in this second period. Still not getting as much chances as you like, but still they're getting opportunities. Burns. Backhanded down the other way by Jost. Stolen back by Carolina into the zone. Slavin shoots it. And that one goes wide. Thrown in front end. Nobody's there. Robinson with the puck. Duhaime steals it for Washington. Dowd racing the other way. Trying to get to it, but can't get there in time. He still has control, though, in the zone. Up to the point. Sandin. Back over. A shot from Carlson. And it goes all the way wide and all the way out and back down the other way. Again, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in here for this one. Sorry, I do read chat. I wasn't looking. I apologize. What's up? Hello, Cadence. Canes with the puck. Chatfield a shot. What a save by Lindgren. Sorry, I do read the chat. I wasn't paying attention. Here's Sandin. Moving it down the other way. Clears it into the zone. Anderson now get it behind the net. Canes will get out of the zone. 3-on-2 the other way. Stankoven shoots it. And saved by Lindgren. Thanks, I'm traveling and can't hear the game. Cool. Glad I can help. Kakanyemi on the right side. Stankoven trying to pick it up. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Ovechkin on the right side trying to play it around. Back down low. Kakanyemi up to the point. Chatfield shot and shoots that one wide. 13:22 left. Battling down low now behind the net. Caps trying to play it. Dubois through the right side. They finally break it out. Through the zone to Sandin. Ovechkin almost got it, but Aho broke it up. Chatfield now the other way. 3-on-1 for Carolina. Stankoven into the zone, and it's offside. How do you fumble that? Oh, my God. And there's going to be a penalty on Aho. Okay, Sebastian Aho to the box. Washington power play. I thought they went offside, but I guess it was the penalty that blew that one in dead. I'm like, Jesus, 3-on-1. And then they just completely stopped playing. I'm like, oh, what the heck? 13:03 left here in the second period. We'll go to commercial break. It is still 3-0 Carolina, but maybe Washington can get their power play going here and get a goal. Need 6 goals. Score is 2-2 in Wild Rangers. After the first period in Panthers Leafs, it's 0-0. And the Royals are beating the Admirals. Nice. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. To the good old Ovi Gold Chase special. If you are new, I would appreciate a sub. We do these streams once or twice, maybe 3 times a week. Usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and sometimes Thursdays, sometimes Tuesdays as well. I streamed last Tuesday, but usually I'm not streaming on Tuesdays. So I will say this, though. During the playoffs, there will be a lot more. I do plan on doing streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays as well. So don't know how many games I'll be able to get in, but all right, let's look at this play. I didn't see it on the down low. Yeah, he gets hit by Dubois high, and then he knocks down Aho, and the ref called that one. One thing I've learned from playing hockey and watching as much games as I do, they always call the second one. They're always going to call the response. If they don't call the first, obviously. Oh, okay, they called both of them. Is it a 4-on-4? Oh, they put Dubois. What? What? Oh. Okay, that's weird. Why did you blow the whistle then? They said Aho was going to the box. It's a little strange. I guess Carolina's on the power play now. I am a Flyers fan. Please don't click off. I'm also a Utah fan, but I was formerly a Coyotes fan. All right, that's a little weird. thought they were originally sending Aho to the box, but I guess not. Maybe it isn't. Is he doing a power play? Yeah, it is for Carolina. They're third of the game, or fourth of the game. Down low, Canes throw it up to the top. Back for Blake down low. Over to Duhaime. Duhaime down the right side. Will circle back around. Into the zone now. Eller, shorthanded. Dowd tries taking it down low. He's battling with multiple Hurricanes, but the Canes finally get control back. 12:30 left here in the second. About 30 seconds through the Hurricanes power play. Jarvis to Aho. Back over then for Hall. He can't get to it. It slides down low behind the net. Canes get control back. Hall back to Blake. And they can't keep it in the zone. I do want to say it is a back-to-back. I do want to also say that. Here's Blake into the zone. A shot. Shoots that one wide. I forgot to mention that off rip. And puck slides all the way back out down the other way. I will say this. It's a back-to-back for Washington. I kind of forgot about that. So I'm not gonna like beat on them that much as I was earlier. It is a back-to-back with travel, even if it is only a couple hours down the road. It's hard to win back-to-backs with travel. McMichael into the zone, shoots it, and saved there by Anderson. I do think, though, like for a team that's first in the NHL, they probably could be playing a little bit better than they are right now. Gostisbehere taken back then by Blake, who throws that one around behind the net. Dowd over to Van Riemsdyk. Back up then for McMichael, who clears it all the way down the other way, and that will pretty much do it for the PK. Good kill by Washington. Canes will get their final 5 seconds in here. Kotkaniemi into the zone. Fires that one around behind the net, but that'll do her back to 5v5. Stankoven to the front to Roslovic. Nobody's there, and cleared back all the way down the other way. Halfway through the game tonight, score is still 3-0 in favor of Carolina. Kotkaniemi through the zone will throw it back as they dump it right back in. Again, if you're Carolina, just keep on going, keep on playing your good defensive style, keep pressuring. Don't give Washington a lot. I do feel like, though, if Washington does get one goal, they can come back. Here come the Canes. Stankoven, a shot, he scores! Logan Stankoven! And it's 4-0 Hurricanes. What a play there from the Hurricanes' third line of Kotkaniemi and Martinook, and Logan Stankoven roofs that one. And it's now 4-0 Carolina. Not ideal. Not ideal there if you're Washington. But Stankoven, his 12th goal of the year. A phenomenal play there by him. If you told NHL fans that Logan Stankoven would be a Carolina Hurricane at this point, I think they'd be pretty shocked if you told them that at the beginning of the season. I think if you even told them that Mikko Rantanen wouldn't be on the Avalanche and he would get traded twice in a season. It's kind of wild. Puck battling for it down low. Strome picks it up in the Carolina zone. He'll move the puck, slides it out to the front. Taken back then by Trevor Van Riemsdyk down low. Halfway through the game here now. Score is 4-0 Hurricanes. Puck is tied up in the corner by multiple players. Finally, it comes through. McMichael up to the point. Capitals have it. Waiting. A shot! Saved by Anderson. Rebound! What a stop on Van Riemsdyk. And the Canes are back the other way. Through the zone. And all alone. Saved by Lindgren. Here's Strome moving it down the other way. Back to Mangiapane. Mangiapane through. Back behind the net. Throws it in front, and there's no Capital there. And the Canes will throw it down the other way. Chychrun clears it into the zone. Down low. Anderson will play it around. Carlson back with it. Over to Chychrun, who tries chipping it through. Racing for it then is Eller. Stolen back by Carolina. Aho backhands it through the zone. Up then for Jarvis. Jarvis being tied up with Carlson. Chychrun gets it back and throws it around them behind the net. Some good chances for both teams through these last couple of minutes. 8:45 here left. Canes with it in front! And Jarvis with a near chance there on Lindgren, but couldn't get it through. Aho with the puck at the point. Throws it back down low. Stankoven tried putting it through Carlson's legs, but he steals that puck and clears it the other way. Gostisbehere's got Mangiapane right on him. Canes will chip it back into the zone. Lindgren now. And we get a whistle for a penalty against Mangiapane. And the Caps are going back to the box. And Carolina will get another power play. They've had, I feel like, almost 10 of them tonight. Yeah, let me go look at that again. I want to see. I'm not 100% sure how many the Canes have had. I know they've had quite a few. Let's take a look. In terms of penalties, why is that a thing? I'm trying to look at the penalties, dude. Yeah, Caps have had 5 penalties so far. That's brutal. I mean, again, I'm going to say it once more. This is a back-to-back for Washington with travel. They were, I think, were they in Boston last night? Or were they at home? I don't know. I didn't watch. I was streaming another game. I can't confirm. But again, like, it's a back-to-back with travel. Not too angry. Again, like, if you're going to struggle, get it out of your system now. Because come playoff time, they definitely cannot be playing like this. Yeah, it was in Boston. That's what I figured. I think it was, but still, like, whatever is in their system, they need to get it out now and just... I get it. It's hard to kind of... I would think the Ovi goal record would have them playing for more. But you got to just keep it going. Don't let off the gas. Just don't be, like, playing lazy heading into the playoffs. That's not how you should do it. And that's why, like, teams that finish first place make me pretty worried. Just because, like, they clinch and they're like, oh... Or not all teams, but a lot of teams, they'll clinch and be like, oh, let's kick our feet back. Which I get that. You want to rest your guys, but still, you don't want to let your foot off the gas. If Washington does win tonight, they will move into possession of first. Again, Carolina, they are also fighting for something more. They can clinch a playoff spot. But Carolina gets yet again another power play tonight. Another one. Oh, it's against... Oh, it's 4-on-4. My apologies. $5 in OV breaking the record against the Blackhawks. That could happen. Here's Dubois into the zone to Sandin. Like, if he gets one tonight... I wouldn't be shocked if he gets a hattie against Chicago. I don't know why. I just kind of have a feeling. Sandin through the zone. Tipped away back by Slavin. Thrown down low in the corner. $185 payout. That's pretty good. And you're not losing a ton either. Van Riemsdyk keeps it in the zone. Down low. Dubois with the puck. Forced to take it back out and circle around. 7:20 left here in the second period. Wilson. Still with control, trying to battle forward here. Chatfield as well. And Carlson picks it back up. Cleared down the other way. Chychrun in the Carolina zone. Will move it behind the net. Gets it in front. Backhand! And that one goes wide. Carlson will go back to neutral zone and regroup. 7 minutes left in the second. Chychrun will chip it and dump it into the zone. Roslovic behind the Carolina net. They'll move it down the other way. It's Orlov back to Roslovic, who loses it, but it's still in the Washington end. 30 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Here come the Caps, looking to try to get something going here. Strome holds it, looks for options, back to the point. Fahavaria's shot, it's blocked as it goes down low into the corner. Big hit there from Leonard, and he gets a shot off, and it's saved by Anderson. Another face-off coming here again in the Carolina end. Again, thank you everybody who's been tuning in for the stream so far. If you are new, please do consider subscribing to join the community that we're building here on this channel. Face-off coming now in the Carolina zone. It's won by the Hurricanes. Burns back over them for Slavin. Slavin moves it through center ice. A pass up. Kakanyemi now down low. Slavin tries getting it back. Over to Strome. Dylan Strome drops it back over them for McIlrath. Over to Van Riemsdyk, who waits. Back for Strome. A pass up. Down the other way. Fahavari's got some room. Shoots it. Saved by Anderson. And Caps keep it in the zone. A shot. Save in front. And Anderson covers again. Thank you. I appreciate that. Rohan. I'm just going to call you that. 17-13 are the shots. Still 4-0 Carolina. Caps do have some life as we move along in this game. They're starting to get some more shots. I believe they have outshot Carolina, but Frederik Andersen has not been giving them a whole lot in terms of high danger opportunities. Complete blowout over here. Yeah, it's not looking too pretty. I changed the shots? Am I delayed? Oh, I am. It's not looking that pretty, to be honest. But, I mean, again, like, I'll reiterate it, as I've already said like 3 times. It's a back-to-back with travel. Carolina's got something more to play for. They can clinch a playoff spot tonight. I'm not, like, overreacting with Washington. But I will say, the play that I have seen over the last week or so, I don't know. It might make you a little bit concerned. You know, the loss to Buffalo the other night, the loss to Minnesota as well. Kind of not barely beating Boston last night. It's not pretty. But I think that, again, if you're going to struggle now rather than in 2 weeks. Do the out-of-town scoreboard here while we're at it. Wild are up 4-3 on the Rangers. And the Panthers are up 1-0 on the Maple Leafs. And then the other 2 games have not started yet, obviously. One of them, Chicago and Colorado. I thought about doing a doubleheader tonight. But I'm going to try and just do one a day until the playoffs, because during the playoffs I'm going to be doing like back-to-backs like there's no tomorrow. I might do one more back-to-back before the end of the regular season, but I'm not planning on anything too crazy. We're almost at 40 streams, so I'm not worried about the amount of streams that I'm doing, and the ones that I'm doing are doing pretty well recently. Battle for it behind the net. Caps with it. Dubois tries moving it to the front, shoots it, and saved by Anderson with his pads. Caps are getting some opportunities now. Like, they're, again, like I've mentioned it, they seem to have woken up. They're playing a lot better here in this one. But again, the deficit just might be too big for them to overcome, and not to mention Anderson's having a good game. Face off, won by Washington. Chychrun At the point, thrown around in front, and Canes break that play up. Ovechkin is out there. Walker moves it out of the zone, back to Stankoven, throws it in front, and Wilson and Kotkaniemi go down, and Wilson's pushing him. Stankoven now battling for it down low, both of them going back and forth. Caps pick it up. McIlrath stolen back by Stankoven, cleared out of the zone by Washington, will have to wait. Washington does have the most comeback wins in the NHL this year. With 23, Dubois into the zone, passes it over to Ovechkin. It's intercepted by Carolina. Stankoven clears it down the other way. Back then and into the zone. Chikrin throws it around the Carlson. Back up then for Mangiapane. Mangiapane into the Carolina zone. Throws it around. Chikrin tries getting it. Mangiapane is shot. And it goes behind the net. Eller gives it around. Lars Eller trying to control the puck now. Back over them for Protas to the front. Mangiapane, and he shoots it wide. Svechnikov hit down low by Mangie again. Through center ice. It's stolen away by Washington and cleared back into the Carolina zone. Orlov will regroup now behind the Hurricanes net. Gives a pass up then for Chatfield, who dumps it into the zone. Ovechkin to Van Riemsdyk in front, and they can't get that chance. Sandin clears it back into the Carolina zone. Burns as well trying to battle for it here. Down low, it slides out in front, but no capital is there. And Hurricanes take it the other way. Aho to Blake. A pass over. It's intercepted by Washington. Blake will get it down low in the zone. But no Hurricane is there. 3.5 minutes left in the second period. It's 4-0 Carolina. Here's Leonard through center ice. Leonard down the right side. Looks for options. Loses the puck. Blake will pick it up the other way. 3-on-2 for Carolina. Aho misses the pass. And Washington gets control back again. Leonard on the right side just chips it out of the zone and dumps it down the other way. And Washington will get a line change. Gostisbehere through the zone to Jost. Jost now battling forward in the corner on the Carolina fourth line. Puck slides around. They'll keep it in the zone. Back over them for Walker. Stolen back by Fehevari and the Caps. Duhaime now with it down the right side. Jumps over Aho and races into the zone. Battling for it on the right side. Carolina gets it right back, and they're back the other way. 2:30 left here in the second. Again, it just seems like it's a blowout here for Carolina. But Washington is fighting their way back. They're getting more opportunities. I just think that first period, that brutal first period of that, really kind of set them back. Oh, they pulled that goal back from the Rangers Wild game. So it's tied at 3. All right. Showing off Ryan Leonard. Was drafted 8th overall by Washington. Won back-to-back World Junior medals. Had 109 points in 78 games played. 61 of those points being goals. This guy is a gamer. When he reaches his potential with Washington, he is going to be one hell of a player. And honestly, a steal at 8th overall when we get to it. You look even more at that 2023 draft. It's more and more a steal. Ovechkin in front, and he can't get a shot off. Stankoven now moving it down the other way through the zone. 2-on-2. Stankoven a shot, and it goes above the net. Caps pick it up. Dubois battling on the right side. It'll slide out of the zone. Ovechkin racing for it now. It's picked up again by Burns. Stolen back by Wilson. Wilson down the right side. In front! And Ovechkin can't get the shot off. They're looking for him. Stankoven. Pass back into the zone. A shot! And Kotkaniemi shoots that one wide. Less than 2 minutes left in the second period. Again, I've been saying it a lot, but I appreciate everyone who's tuning in. Face off. Won by the Caps. They'll play it around. It'll slide all the way back down the other way, and an icing against Washington. And the face-off will go back in their zone. Face off once again now in the Washington end after the icing. It's won by Washington. Dowd plays it over to Beauvillier, who tries backhanding it out, but it's kept in by Carolina. Finally, the Caps get it out. Here they come the other way into the zone. Duhaime, he goes down, and we got a penalty here, I think. Dowd fell on top of Hall, and we get some pushing and shoving. A little over 90 seconds left. I wonder what they're going to call here. Or if they're calling anything. Yeah, they might be calling Dowd for tripping. Yeah, Hall to the box for tripping or holding, one of the two. Washington will get another power play. They'll put Ovechkin back out there. We'll see what he can do now. And they'll have a power play for the rest of the second and a little bit of the third. So let's see if Washington can get something going here. Again, I don't think they necessarily played bad during these last couple of minutes. But the first period, again, really just set them back. And they haven't been able to come back from it. They're 0 for 2 on the power play. They only have 2 shots. Face-off coming here again. Won by Washington. Ovechkin, a shot blocked in front. Burns gets it and clears. Carlson. Down the right side. Taking it through neutral zone. We'll drop it back for Strome. Strome moving it into the zone. Back over then for Dowd to Ovechkin. Shoots it! And it goes wide. And out of the zone. Last minute of play here in the first period. Strome now the other way to Wilson. Wilson, he's in, and he shoots it wide as well. That's the other problem. Wilson does get tripped, and I think that's going to be another penalty. Against Carolina, I think it's going to be Martinook. And yeah, they're going to get, it's going to be a 5-on-3 for Washington. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. As Wilson did get tripped on that shot going the other way. Again, if you're Washington, if you can connect on this first one and then get another one at the beginning of the third, it's 4-2. Again, I'm not saying that they would be able to overcome this deficit, but, well, they definitely can. I'm not saying that they can't. But if you get 2 quick goals like that, it's suddenly 4-2, and that's a winnable game. So let's see what they can do here on this 5-on-3. They got Ovechkin out there once again. Face-off, won by the Caps. Chychrun holding it to Strome. Strome to Chychrun. Chychrun to Ovechkin. Ovechkin waits to Chychrun, a shot. And it goes wide. Strome on the right side. Up to the point to Chychrun. To Ovechkin! He scores! Alex Ovechkin! And he's 3 goals away. It's 4-1. Alex Ovechkin, a power play goal. And Ovechkin's a hat trick away from the goal record. And you hear some cheers here in Carolina. Remember, they're on the road. They're still cheering there in Carolina. That's awesome. Great fans there in Carolina cheering him on. But now Ovechkin needs 3 more to pass the goal record. And what do you know? It's another power play goal. To Ovechkin. He scored! There once again, face off, won by the Caps. Chikrin. Holding it to Strome. All right, 26 seconds left in the second period. Carlson drops it back to Strome. Strome taking it into the zone. 19 seconds left, battling for it down low. Canes get it back, 2-on-1 the other way. Still in the power play to Jarvis. He can't get that one, and the Caps will take it the other way. To Ovechkin then, he can't get control. 5 seconds, and it'll go down the other way, and that will do it for the second period. Alex Ovechkin with 892. And he is now 3 goals away from the goal record. However, his team is down 4-1. But at least if there's something you can take from this period, Ovi's got another one. He's a hat trick away from passing Wayne Gretzky. And that being said, it's intermission time. Go get a snack, go get a drink. Do what you gotta do. We'll be back here in about 15, 20 minutes for the third period. Alex Ovechkin getting it done. I need to charge my phone too. It just died. It just died. Grab that real quick. All right, I'll be right back, folks. I have returned. That is a huge one for Washington. To get in there, Ovechkin get that power play goal. You got to think that that might shift momentum in some way. We'll have to see. Obviously, there's still time to go in the third period, but Ovi can still get a couple more. Still get one more. But Ovechkin picks up that goal. They'll start off the second period with a power play as well. For a little bit, not a whole lot of time. I do kind of hate when LeBlanc kind of mentioned this when we did our co-stream like a couple weeks ago. He said that he doesn't like power plays that go into the next period because it does kind of take the momentum away, and I agree with that. It's a good point in a sense where you have control in the zone the whole time. The period ends, you come back 20 minutes later, and it doesn't sometimes the momentum doesn't come back. Pull up the stream again. All right, we're back. Phone died. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. Out of town scoreboards here. Rangers up 4-3 on the Wild with a period left to play. Panthers and Maple Leafs are tied. And then obviously you got 2 other games starting tonight. Blackhawks and Avalanche and Kraken and Canucks. So I know I will be watching. I'll probably be watching Avalanche Blackhawks, but we'll see. what was I gonna check? The shots. Shots are 18 to 17. All right. Gonna make a clip. Let me pull up the stream on my. Okay. All right, still got another period here left, folks. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in consistently through the stream. I really appreciate it. One of the better streams we've had in a while, for sure, here tonight. And the Capitals ones, they don't typically do that great. I've done 4 of them this year. Like, they've been okay, but nothing, like, too overly special. So thank you guys for tuning in this one. I appreciate it. Ovechkin waits to Chikrin a shot. And it goes wide. Strome on the right side. Up to the point to Chikrin. To Ovechkin! Strome on the right side. Up to the point to Chikrin. To Ovechkin! He scores! Alex Ovechkin! And he's 3 goals away. It's 4-1. Alex Ovechkin, a power play goal. And Ovechkin's a hat trick away. And All right, perfect. That's done. All right. All right, still an intermission here, folks. I'll do my little intermission spiel here in a little bit. I'm just uploading a clip right now. All right, perfect. Let's post that on Instagram now. All right. All right. All right. Perfect. That's all done. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, little intermission spiel here for you guys. Again, it's 4-1 in favor of the Hurricanes. I will say this, I felt like the Capitals played a lot better in that second period. Obviously, Ovechkin getting the late goal. The power plays definitely helped. Stankoven did get that fourth goal, though, so Washington needs 3 goals to come back. I know what you're thinking. But above all, I think that Again, I've mentioned it a few times in this stream. Like, it's a back-to-back for Washington. Carolina's got something more to play for. But I do still think that, you know, they are getting better as they play the game through, and Ovechkin getting a goal, it has to spin momentum a certain way, right? It just has to. So I think that, like, there's a chance we might see Washington start to come back a little bit, start to get some more goals, possibly maybe make it 4-2, 4-3. I don't know if they can come back. That's a big climb, especially when you're on a back-to-back again, but I won't rule it out. I won't rule it out as a real possibility. So let's see what happens, but I'm not hating their odds whatsoever. Whatsoever. Sorry about that. We'll be back for the third here in a little bit, guys. Oh my god, they scored a power play goal. All right, I think we're back. I think we're back for the third period, y'all. That was a quick intermission. Wow, okay, we're already ready to go. Okay, all right. Second period recap. Goals from Logan Stankoven on the Hurricanes and Alex Ovechkin on the Washington Capitals. And let's see what happens here. All right, let's see if Washington, with yet again another power play, can shift momentum once again. All it takes is another goal, and suddenly it seems like a much closer game than you might think. Brent Burns will go to the box. And we'll see what the Caps can do with this minute 23. I'm pretty sure that they have. All right. Showing off Ovechkin, 892 goals, 3 away from passing Gretzky, 1,600 points in his NHL career. Face-off coming at center ice again. Capitals with a little bit of a power play here to start off. Let's see what they can get done here in the third period. By the way, everyone's been focused on Ovechkin, but if the Carolina Hurricanes do get at least 1 point, or if they win this game, they will clinch a playoff spot. Wilson, thrown around down low in the Washington zone. Caps have control. Carlson, back to Chikrin. Chikrin looking for options here. Back over then for Strome. Strome to Carlson. Carlson back down low, intercepted by the Canes. They'll move it out of the zone. Walker now the other way will just dump it in with 30 seconds to go. It's picked up by Carlson. John Carlson moving it around. Backhands it back over then for Strome. Strome moving it through center ice into the zone. Loses it. Carolina gets it out. Aho will control it, run down time off the clock, and just dump it back in. Slavin throws it around, back for Ovechkin. Stolen back by Chatfield to Orlov. Orlov then into the zone. Jarvis shoots it. And another save by Lindgren. And we're back to even strength here. Here's Ryan Leonard. Leonard through the zone. Back to Dubois. Over to Leonard. He's got some room. Loses it. Gets it back though. Throws it in front. And that's stolen there. Shot from the point. Saved by Anderson. And Chatfield gets to it and he'll get it out of the zone. Here they come down the other way. Dumped into the Caps' end. Taylor Hall takes that one then behind that in front. And a glove save by Lindgren. That's a cool stat. Face-off coming here now again. Won by the Hurricanes. Robinson throws it up to the point. It'll slide back all the way out, and Carolina will have to regroup. Mangiapane picks it up then for Eller. Stolen back by Protas on the right side. Canes will dump it right back in. And they're back at it. Hall down low. Thrown in front. And it bounces up in the air and thrown back the other way. Mangiapane racing for it. He's got some room. Gostisbehere alongside with him. Knocks him into the boards. Carolina will steal that puck, but Washington gets it right back. Protas at the point. Shoots it. Blocked in front. And it goes down into the corner. Taylor Hall down on the right side will just dump it into the zone. Robinson now on the left side. Back over then for Orlov. Throws it in front and it's blocked. And Sandin will pick it up yet again. Dowd through the zone. Chips it. Back down low into the corner. Will throw it behind the Hurricanes net up to the point. Where it's shot down low behind the Hurricanes net. And picked up by the Hurricanes. They'll move it back the other way. Blake 2-on-1 with Chatfield. Blake down the right side. Shoots it. And it's wide. Caps will pick it up now in the corner. Duhaime back up through the zone. It's deflected as it goes back into the Carolina zone. Chatfield will hold it. And gives it to Kotkaniemi. Carlson back over. A pass up. And dumped into the zone by Leonard. And Anderson will pick that one up for Carolina. 16:30 left here in the third period. Score is still 4-1 in favor of the Hurricanes. Ovechkin is 3 away from the record. Battling for it down low. Capitals pick it up. Strome over to Chikrin. Chikrin down the right side. Shoots it. Blocked in front. Picked up then down low. Carolina gets it back. Up to the point. Logan Stankoven. He's got some room. Throws a pass over then for Kotkaniemi, who clears it in. Saved there by Thompson. Stankoven now taking it behind the net. Loses it initially. Kotkaniemi then gets it back. Tries passing it over. It's intercepted. And the Caps get it out. Leonard with some dangles. Gives it up and forward. And he'll clear that one into the zone. Orlov. Over to Burns. Burns, a pass up forward. A shot. And it goes wide behind the net. A lot of back and forth action here with this one so far. Not a whole lot of opportunities. That's kind of what I expected, to be honest. Ovechkin, a pass up then for Dubois. Dubois will chip it into the zone. Wilson races for it. He's got his former teammate Orlov in front of him. Trying to play that puck. Dubois now with it. Tries throwing it in front. It's stolen back by the Canes. Through the zone then. Here they come. It's Jarvis. Jarvis holds back. Passes it. Oh, blocked by Wilson. Blake tries throwing it in front. Nobody's there. And a 3-on-2 the other way. Wilson with Mangiapane. Mangiapane still with control. Gets knocked down. And the puck slides wide. Jarvis will pick that one up and clear it back all the way out of the zone. Washington with it. It's McGillrath who dumps it right back in. Down low then, Robinson. Stolen back by the Hurricanes. Hall will clear it into the zone. McGillrath back down low then. Behind the net. Jankowski trying to get to it. Hall loses his stick. Gets it right back. Oh my god, that was weird. And Eller throws that puck in the air, and Lindgren will just glove it. 14:30 left here in the third. We just went for a little bit of a longer segment there with a back and forth action. Shots are 20-18. And it's still 4-1 Hurricanes. Face off now again in the Washington zone. Won by the Hurricanes. Gostisbehere shoots it. Blocked in front by Hall. Picked up back by the Caps. Duhaime sends it up for Dowd. Beauvillier racing for it as well. Canes get to it first. Hall will chip it. And back into the Washington zone. I do feel like the Hurricanes have gone back to them being more locked down defensively. Seems like now they're not giving Washington a whole lot. Puck goes up in the air and out of play, and we get some pushing and shoving. As they're going, Gostisbehere and Dowd are going at it. Yeah, these teams are not that big of fans of each other. They've made that perfectly clear. All right. Yeah, these benches are going at each other. Wilson's right next to Boucher talking. Of course. Face off won by the Canes. They'll try and move it down the other way. Jarvis as that puck goes up in the air. Orlov trying to get to it. Stolen back by Washington. Chipped through and into the Carolina zone. Anderson now behind the net will play it. Back over to Aho. Aho will chip it out. Racing forward is Blake. Blake now with Chychrun over to Jarvis. Jarvis drops it through. Dangles in. And battling for it now in the corner with Chychrun. We got a whistle. And yeah, these teams are starting to go at it now. Jarvis with some good dangles there. I think we might have a penalty on Washington here. I think it's on Chychrun, if I looked at it correctly. We'll go to commercial break, though. I'm pretty sure they're giving a penalty to them. So I think Carolina will get another power play. Yes, Carolina is getting another power play. Of course they are. That's their, I think, 5th or 6th one of the game tonight. It's just been one of those nights. Washington, I feel like a lot of them taking the penalties might just be because might be playing a little bit lazy. I'm not sure. But that's Chychrun now going to the box. All right, so Carolina Hurricanes power play. The league wants the Canes in the playoffs. Yeah, it sure seems like that. I mean, at the same time, they're playing a good game. Just the refs are giving them a lot of power plays. That's for sure. All right. Really glad I didn't take the under on this game. Oh yeah, for sure. Good thing you took the under yesterday. This is one of those where nope. 5 goals tonight. All right, face-off coming here again in the Washington zone. Aho versus Dowd. Canes looking to get their 5th goal tonight on the power play. It's won by Washington. Carlson throws it around behind the net. Picked up then by Duhaime, who will clear it all the way back out of the zone. And Anderson will pick it up. Gostisbehere moving it through. Dropping back then for Hall. Round the right side, stolen back by Chikrin and picked up again by the Hurricanes. Jarvis back to Gostisbehere again in their own zone. Through the right side, Jarvis' shot. And it goes up and out of play. Ooh. All right. Face off now. Won by the Hurricanes. Up at the point. Into the zone. Blake, a backhand! He scores! Jackson Blake on the backhand, his 2nd of the night. And Carolina's up 5-1. That was a nice goal. I'll give it to him. I mean, you leave him open right there in front. He's going to come in there, and he pretty easily dangled that one around Charlie Lindgren, and the Hurricanes have a 5-1 lead. Nice win off the face-off. That was nice. And Blake with another goal. He's got 30 points on, or I think he might have 29 points. Never mind. Oh, yeah, XM hit his parlay. It's a good day. Well, not a good... Ovechkin goal. For the Canes fans, they get the win. It's a good day. But there's a lot of Caps fans in the stream right now. That's Blake's 14th goal of the year, his 2nd of the night. 13 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. So maybe he does get the last one for a hat trick if Washington does decide, hey, I'm going to pull the goalie. Puck slides all the way down the other way. Sandin will pick it up. Regrouping now, looking for options. Clears it through the zone. Back for Wilson. Wilson will chip it through. Ovechkin then down low. Back to Dubois. Dubois tries throwing it up to the middle. Goes up to the point. Van Riemsdyk. I swear that went out. Sandin, a shot! And blocked in front. Ovechkin is out there. Burns. Gets it out of the zone. Carolina now the other way. Hit by Wilson. And Washington will skate it back and regroup. 12 minutes left in the 3rd period. Van Riemsdyk now taking it back behind the Washington net. Again, I thank everyone for tuning in for this one, those who have stayed the whole time. If you are new, please do consider subscribing to join the community that we are building here on this channel. That's Blake's 14th goal of the year, his 2nd of the night, assisted by Jarvis off the faceoff. Hurricanes into the zone. Jankowski up to the point. Orlov, a save by Lindgren. Puck goes up in the air. Kept in, though, by Carolina. Thrown back down low up to the point. Orlov in front then. Hall comes back, shoots it. And it goes wide there yet again. Robinson up to the point. A shot from Chetfield, and it goes out of play. Shots were 22-18. Face off here, won by Washington. Thrown around behind the net. Hurricanes pick it up. Goss despair. A pass over Stankoven. And another save. Hurricanes keep the puck in the zone. Robinson, Roslovic in front. Jost. And he's stopped there as well. Chikrin passes it up through the zone. Hurricanes take it back. Goss despair. Back over then and dumped all the way back down the other way. And Lindgren will try clearing it. It'll go up in the air. Still kept in the zone. Capitals finally get it out. Shots are 6-1 in favor of the Hurricanes in this period. So it's safe to say they probably have this one in the bag. They've answered back on what was a solid period by Washington. Puck is dumped into the zone then by Robinson. Around the right side, up to the point. Chatfield a shot denied there. Taylor Hall with it now. Throws it up to the point. Chatfield will slide it around behind the net. Hall picks it up. Throws it in front end. They can't answer on that one. Capitals get it back down the other way. They'll chip it through the zone. Chatfield steals it. Clears it through. And Washington will come back and regroup. Halfway through the period. Score is 5-1. Dowd. Up to Duhaime. Back to Protas. Duhaime up to the point. Sandin shoots it. It's tipped. And cleared out of the zone by Carolina. Cleared into the zone by the Capitals. Burns trying to get it out now. Stankoven picks it up. Up for Kotkaniemi. Sends Marnook, but it doesn't get to him in time. And Lindgren plays that one away. Kotkaniemi now in the zone battling with Stankoven. Stankoven to the point. Burns a shot. And a glove save by Lindgren with traffic in front. Less than 10 minutes here in the third period in Raleigh. Capitals down 5-1. Oh, damn it. Admirals tied it. Commercial break, guys. All right, face-off coming here yet again in the Washington zone, won by the Capitals. Chikrin plays the puck around. Burns with it now. Through the zone. Back for Van Riemsdyk. Over then for Dubois, who waits. 9 minutes left here in the third in the Capitals zone. Intercepted by Carolina to the point. Marnook, a shot! And he shoots it wide. Puck is cleared down the other way. Hurricanes with the puck. Strome. Clears it in the zone. Ovechkin with a big hit there. Aho clears it down the other way. Into the zone then. McIlrath holds it. Back up and over as the Caps make moves. Into the zone, and we get a whistle and some pushing and shoving and some hugging between Jarvis and McIlrath. Of course. Did I really post it with 392? I need to fix that then. Let me delete that. Oh boy. I need to delete that and remake that video. Did I really make it say 392? How did I mess that up? Oh my god, I did, bro. I have to remake that and repost it. I didn't even realize until now. Are you serious? I'm trying to do this while I'm freaking recording here. All right, face-off coming here in the Washington zone. A 4-minute power play for Carolina here now, as the pushing and shoving obviously caused that. Ovechkin's chilling in the box with Strome. And let's see what happens here now. Hurricanes have a 4-minute power play. Maybe they can connect here with another goal. About to find out. Kotkaniemi versus Dowd. Won by the Capitals, battling for it then down low. Picked up by the Hurricanes. Kotkaniemi throws it up to the point. Burns tries getting it through. It's shot back down the other way. And Carolina will recontrol. Burns to Kotkaniemi. Down the right side then for Walker. Back up to the point. Burns drops it back over. Kotkaniemi to Burns. A shot blocked in front, and it'll slide back all the way out. 7:40 left here in the third. Kotkaniemi down the right side. Throws it up to the point. Burns looks for options. Gives it over to Walker, who started the scoring tonight. To Walker, a shot! And he shoots it wide. Down low behind that, Van Riemsdyk battling for it. Kotkaniemi throws it back up to the point. Burns over to Walker, who decides to throw it back down low to Stankoven, who gives it back to him. Walker to Stankoven in front. Save, rebound. He shoots it wide. Oh, he had a good chance there. Had some open lane. Up at the point then. Burns back with it. Controlling the puck. Roslovic down low in front. Saved by Lindgren. And we get some more pushing and shoving. And yeah, there it goes. Yep, this game is kind of boiled over a little bit. Some pushing and shoving. Oh my god. Yep. 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 Wilson's talking. I think he might be gone. Yeah, he's gone. They're kicking him out. He's off to the locker room. And they're all waving bye-bye to him. Oh, man. Carberry might have told Wilson to get something going in him. I wonder, because they're showing a clip of him talking to a clip of Carberry talking to Wilson. Yeah. Yep. That's about how you expect Wilson to react to that. And 10-minute misconduct for Wilson. 2 minutes for roughing, so someone's going to have to serve that. All right. Now I finally updated the goal clip that I posted. I made it 392 and not 892. So that's my fault. .702 left here in the third period. Shots are 27-18. 7:02 now. Oh, man. It's been one of those games, folks. I think it's just one of those where kind of got to wait for it to be done. So Carolina, I think, will be on the power play for even longer now. Again, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a fun stream here tonight. Got 3 Capitals in the box. Leonard, Ovechkin, and Strome are chilling in there. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 for about 42 seconds, and then another Hurricanes power play for a little bit longer. Goss to spare. Gives it over to Hall. Hall, a drop pass up to the point for Goss to spare again. Goes to Aho. Aho to Ghost. To Roslovic. Back to Ghost. Aho waits for it again. Over Roslovic, and a stick save by Lindgren. Aho reads the play. Plays it down low. Tries throwing it in front of Blake, who's on hat trick watch, by the way. Goss is spare to Aho. Over to Roslovic, and they can't finish that one. And it's the 5-on-4. Blake in front. Saved by Lindgren. Dow trying to play it in front. Tries throwing it down low. Blake still with control. Throws it back. Ovechkin's out of the box. Steals it and clears it all the way down the other way. Good play there by Ovi, killing that off. Here's Burns. Burns over to Kotkaniemi. Threw it into the zone. Caps get it. A shot blocked there. Jost now out on the power play. Throws it around down low. Kotkaniemi to the point. Burns. Waits for options. Down low to Walker. Shoots it. Glove saved by Lindgren. 5:43 to go. Carolina's still on the power play. Shots are 28-18. I don't think Washington's had a shot since the first minute of this period. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's 2-2. So 5:43 here left in the third period. Looks like the Royals will get a point. .42 seconds left on this power play. They got Jost out there with Yankowski, Kotkaniemi, Burns, and Walker. That's Quite a power play unit. I think that might be their third unit. Sandin throws that one around then. Battling for it down low. It's cleared all the way back down the other way, and Anderson will come out of the net to regroup. 5.5 minutes left, and we get some pushing and shoving and some fights at center ice, and the refs are trying to break it up, but everyone's going at it. Dowd and Jankowski, and everyone is... Oh, everyone's fighting each other. Duhaime, and I think that's Jankowski are going at it. Jesus. Tensions have boiled over, that's for sure. That is for sure. Fake 1 seed? I don't know about that. It is only one game. We won't really know that until the playoffs. All right. We'll see who gets bounced out here now. So Dowd and Jankowski were going at it there for a little bit, and then pushing and shoving. And we'll see what penalties come here. I'm assuming somebody might get ejected. And yeah, Jost is out. I think that was Jankowski that was going to the box as well. You hear some chants here loud in Carolina. Royals and Admirals are going to overtime. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's been one of those ones where there's fights back and forth. Players are going at it. Should get ready here for tonight's game as well. Blackhawks versus Avalanches tonight as well. Sharks versus Oilers tomorrow too. Capitals versus Blackhawks on Friday. And then Devils versus Rangers on Saturday is the TNT schedule. We'll do an out-of-town scoreboard. Nick Dowd just got thrown out. There's going to be a couple of penalties here. A few more, I'm sure. Tied 4-4 in the Rangers versus Wild game. Probably should have done that one, but who cares? Tied 1-1 in Panthers versus Maple Leafs. Again, the Leafs need 1 point to clinch. The Canes will clinch tonight. And here we go. All right, Washington gets a 2-minute power play. I think it went back to 5v5. And the Canes don't like that the Caps get a power play. But it is 5-1. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens here now. And Brindamore's yelling at the ref. Why does Washington get a power play? Who the hell knows? Who knows? It's 5:34 left in the third. I think it's just because they don't want the goal record to be broken against them. It's obviously a joke, by the way. Don't take that seriously. So 5:34 remaining here in the third period. Let's play out these last few minutes. So then Carolina can officially clinch yet again another spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I think Washington has a power play. Face off now, won by Chatfield, it's 4-on-4 for a little bit. That's what I figured, but I wasn't 100% sure. Hurricanes pick it up. Kotkaniemi now moving it down the other way. And they go offside. And we get another fight. Chatfield's going against McMichael. Oh, they're letting him go, too. Oh, man. It's one of those games where a team goes down by an extraordinary amount. You see the tensions boiling, and they've boiled over here. We get another fight. And I think we might see some more ejections. What a game here in Washington, or in Carolina. This is unreal. Yup, Dowd's McMichael's going, and I'm assuming Chatfield's going as well. I don't think I've commentated a game like this. I've commentated a game with fights, but I don't think I've commentated a game where there's been this many fisticuffs back and forth. We can't even get through the game here. Oh my God, Chatfield body slammed McMichael as well. That's a beast right there. Oh my God. There's some dude that has a beard and dressed like Chatfield. That's awesome. All right, we'll go to commercial break. Like 5 minutes left in the third period. Let's see whenever we finish this game. It might not be till next year. And Leafs are up 2-1 in the third. Commercial break, folks. Don't fret. Royals win. Let's freaking go. We needed that. That's huge. Yeah, I don't know. We might see. They're talking about possibly giving Chatfield supplementary discipline because of him body slamming McMichael without a helmet on. And tensions are this is aggressive. Both coaches are yelling at the refs. Both teams are talking to each other. We'll get some 4-on-4 for a little bit. We still got 5 minutes left to play, but this game might not be over for a while. But Chatfield might see some supplementary discipline for that. And with Gary Bettman in attendance, I wonder. That's funny because he's in attendance while this is all happening. That's actually pretty hilarious. Oh boy, this is one of those games. All right, face-off coming here now. We'll start actually playing hockey again. Face-off won by the Canes. Gostisbehere up at the point. 4-on-3 here for Carolina. Walker waits. Gostisbehere shoots it. Saved by Lundgren. So, power play for Carolina. Roslovic with the puck. It's backhanded out of the zone. Gostisbehere will come out and wait. Through the zone. A good thing I'm not doing a doubleheader tonight because I'd miss a portion of this Blackhawks Avalanche game. Puck comes up to the zone. Roslovic thrown around behind the net. Kotkaniemi trying to get to it now. Less than 5 minutes left. We're back to 4-on-4 action. Van Riemsdyk now with it. Regrouping here. Gives it over then for Leonard. Leonard with the puck. Back then. Skated around by Chychrun, who will divert back. Chychrun moves it through the zone. Caps in. 1-0. A shot! And Beauvillier misses the net there. Caps will take it back and into their own zone. Intercepted by Carolina. Taken back by McGillrath anyways. And Caps will regroup in their own end. Less than 4 minutes now in the third. Leonard takes it into the zone. Decides to skate it back out. And will regroup here. And move it back in. Leonard into the zone. Comes in. Loses it. And almost got a chance there on that. He has... You can tell by watching Leonard, he has the real talent. Just the team that he's playing and just like not being able to finish. Leonard comes in, shoots it, blocked in front. That would have been funny if he scored right then. Hall. Over then, a pass up into the zone. Marnook, and we're finally back to 5v5. Hall into the zone. Hall, and he skates it back around and ends up not getting a shot on. Intercepted there by Washington. Played up to Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin into the zone. Poke checked away by Gostisbehere. 3 minutes left now in the third. Puck slides out to the neutral zone. 3-on-2 the other way. Kotkaniemi shoots it. Glove saved by Lundgren. Face off, won by the Caps. Sandin plays the puck around and cleared back all the way down the other way, and it will be an icing against Washington with less than 3 minutes to go. Face-off won by the Canes. Gostisbehere. Roslovic a shot. It's blocked in front. Van Riemsdyk now takes it back to Sandin. Played up over by Washington. Ovechkin through the zone. Loses control of the puck. Will dump it right back in. 2.5 minutes now on the clock. Into the zone. Puck up to the point. Van Riemsdyk, and that one goes wide. Puck goes back out to the front. And Caps do keep it alive and keep it in the zone. Canes will get it right back, however, and get it out the other way. Here they come into the zone. It's Robinson. Trying to take it down low, battling for it now. Marnook waiting. Blake's open in front, and it doesn't get to him. And cleared out of the zone by Washington. Less than 2 minutes left after this. Carolina will go on a 4-game road trip. Starting off with Detroit. So the Canes got a little bit of time on the road moving forward. Here come the Caps now the other way. As for Washington, I believe they go on the road to Chicago and then back to New York. They might be at home for the Chicago game. Orlov into the zone. He dumps that one in behind the net. Picked up by Dubois over to Protas. Protas comes back around. Taken over by Leonard. Ryan Leonard through the right side. Looks for options. Shoots it. He fans on it as it slides back up to the point. Kept in, though. Carlson. Over for Chychrun. Back to Carlson. Gives it down low. Strome in front. Leonard. And he can't get that one on. Battling for it on the right side. Strome looking for options. Strome over to Chychrun. And a glove save by Anderson. And you hear some cheers for the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes will clinch a playoff spot in about a minute here, as we're in the last minute of play in the third period. Again, I do want to say one last time before the end, thank you everybody who's tuned in for this one so far. It's been a great one here tonight. A solid stream. McGillrath's shot. That one goes wide. Had some fights. Had some goals. Had some history. It's pretty awesome to see. Roslovic will play the buck back then for Gostisbehere. Back up through the zone. Canes will dump it in. Around down low. McGillrath with it. Over to Chychrun. Back to Robinson. 30 seconds left here in the third period. Beauvillier through the zone then. Mangiapane comes in. Tries shooting it. It's blocked in front. And down the other way. Robinson to Beauvillier. 15 seconds to go. And ladies and gentlemen, for the 7th straight season, the Carolina Hurricanes will clinch a spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs with a 5-1 win over the Washington Capitals. And there's the final horn. Final score, 5-1. Hurricanes in what was a fight-filled, high-scoring affair. And the Hurricanes are off to the playoffs for the 7th straight season. And that does it for the 38th Watch With Nordic stream of the year. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like down below. And please do consider subscribing and join the community that we are building here on this channel. That does it for me. I'm going to go make my videos. Big win by the Royals tonight. The Reading Royals, that being. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video.